Welcome to Ad Expert Podcast. The world of online search, especially for local businesses, is just moving at light speed, staying on top of it. Honestly, it feels like a full-time job just to keep track of what's changing.
It really does. And that's exactly why we wanted to dive into this source material today. We've got a really interesting article here directly from Ad Expert, looking ahead at the local SEO trends they predict will be, well, critical in 2025. Plus, we'll touch on some background info about Ad Expert itself, since, they're the ones sharing these insights.
Right. So our mission in this deep dive is pretty clear. We're going to unpack these sources, pull out the absolute most important trends you need to be aware of for local search next year, dig into why they matter beyond the obvious, and understand a little bit about the company bringing this analysis to the table.
And look, this matters to you, whether you're running a local shop, managing online presence for clients, or maybe you just have that deep curiosity about how search engines are getting smarter. Understanding these shifts now is absolutely crucial for staying visible and attracting the right customers in a crowded digital world. Think of this as your shortcut, really, to getting informed on 2025 local search without spending hours buried in reports.
Okay, let's unpack this then. The source starts by emphasizing why local SEO is becoming even more, non-negotiable. What's the core shift driving that urgency?
Well, the fundamental point they make is that search engines aren't static, obviously. But with AI and machine learning evolving so rapidly, local search in 2025 is less about simple keyword matching and much more about delivering highly personalized, incredibly accurate, and genuinely trustworthy results. The engines are trying to understand intent and context on a much deeper level.
That really frames the challenge, doesn't it? It means businesses cannot afford to just sort of maintain their online presence. They have to actively adapt to stay visible locally. And that's true whether you're a physical store, a service provider visiting clients, or even an online brand trying to establish some local relevance.
Absolutely. And building on that idea of smarter search engines, one of the first major trends they highlight is how AI tools are fundamentally changing how people interact with search and what's possible for businesses.
Right. AI seems to be everywhere now.
It is. They see AI as being completely integrated into search, helping users get answers and find businesses faster than ever before.
And the source points to some really specific ways businesses can leverage this shift. Like AI can help identify trending local queries you might not have spotted, assist in generating optimized content drafts, maybe, and even improve customer experiences directly through better chatbots or smoother voice responses.
Yeah, but there's a crucial nuance they add, which I think is really important. You can't just set it and forget it with automation. You have to blend AI tools with human insight and oversight. The content you create, even if AI helps out, must be written for humans first and then optimized for machines second. That human touch is still key for trust.
That makes sense. And it's interesting how that ties back to the source itself. Ad Expert mentions using AI to deliver innovative, data-driven solutions.
Yeah.
So it suggests they integrate this blend of tech and human strategy into what they do.
Exactly. Okay, shifting gears a bit. Beyond AI changing the engines, there's also a major shift in how people are searching. The source emphasizes that voice search optimization is becoming truly critical.
Oh yeah, that makes so much sense when you think about it. I mean, how many people are speaking into their phones, smart speakers, even cars instead of typing?
Precisely. Voice search isn't just a niche thing anymore. It's becoming a primary way people look for local businesses. It really feels like a must-do at this point.
So what does that mean for content?
Well, the key takeaway here is that your content needs to adapt to that conversational style. It needs to use natural language that mirrors how people actually speak. It needs to be structured to answer specific questions clearly and directly. And crucially, you need to be thinking about long-tail keywords that reflect how people formulate those spoken questions.
Like their example. Someone speaking into their phone is much more likely to ask, who is the best dentist near me open on weekends? Rather than just typing, best dentist Chicago.
Exactly that. That longer question-based phrase is where the opportunity really lies.
That conversational shift is huge. Okay, now let's talk about something foundational that's only getting more important according to this article. Your Google Business Profile, or GBP.
Ah, yes, GBP. The source calls it one of the single strongest factors for local rankings looking ahead to 2025. It's effectively your digital storefront on Google Search and Maps. It's huge.
So keeping it meticulously updated with accurate information, your latest photos, holiday hours, specific services offered, isn't just good practice. It's like essential for visibility.
Totally essential. And why do these seemingly simple updates matter so much?
Good question. Why?
because they directly influence whether and how prominently your business appears in those crucial local pack results and on Google Maps itself. Plus, Google looks at engagement on your profile. Things like reviews, questions asked, even clicks for directions or calls as strong signals of trust and relevance. You need that activity.
Right, engagement signals trust. And the source gives some actionable tips here. Consistently post updates or offers, actively encourage satisfied customers to leave reviews. Respond to those reviews, good and bad, please respond. And make absolutely certain your categories and services sections are fully completed and accurate.
That makes total sense. It's about showing Google and potential customers you're active, you're engaged, and you're trustworthy. Which leads us nicely to another key area, focusing your content strategy around search intent and creating genuinely local content.
Okay, so moving beyond just the profile to the actual content.
Yeah, the goal here is to drive organic traffic by creating content that specifically addresses the needs and questions of your local audience. The source highlights a trend towards hyper-local focus.
Hyperlocal, like what
They
exactly?
give great examples. Writing blog posts about local events happening in your town, creating dedicated city or neighborhood landing pages if you serve multiple areas, or maybe sharing success stories featuring local customers.
Why does this hyper-local approach resonate so strongly right now? What's the mechanism?
Well, it helps search engines understand your relevance within those specific geographic areas. It builds your authority locally, basically. They also mention something important. Search engines are increasingly paying attention to actual customer behavior on your site once they click through things like bounce rate and how long someone stays, the dwell time.
So user experience signals.
Exactly. If your content is truly engaging and answers their specific local need, they're more likely to stick around, which is a positive signal back to Google.
Okay, let's touch on a factor that's often debated in SEO circles. The influence of social media on local search. What does this source say?
Yeah, it's interesting. The source clarifies it's not a direct ranking factor in the same way maybe a backlink might be, but it is huge for local discovery and interaction.
So indirect benefits mainly.
Definitely significant indirect benefits. Sharing local promotions, company news, or customer reviews on social media drives traffic and engagement. And as they point out, search engines are getting better at indexing social content, which can increase your brand's overall visibility in search results, even if the social post itself isn't ranking high. That visibility helps build credibility and trust before someone even clicks over to your website.
That makes sense. Build trust everywhere. And a critical detail they stress here, which seems simple but is so vital for local search rankings, is maintaining consistent name, address, and phone number NAP information across all your online platforms, including social media profiles.
Absolutely critical. Search engines cross-reference this data constantly to confirm your business identity and location. Inconsistency is a killer.
And this focus on consistent NAP and leveraging social engagement for visibility, it aligns with ad experts' stated services again. They list social media as one of the things they offer, which would presumably involve this kind of foundational work.
Right. Now, here's where search is getting really sophisticated. Personalization via location and device data. The source predicts search engines will lean even more heavily on user location, device type, and past search history in 2025 to deliver highly personalized local results.
Wow, okay. So businesses need to be thinking about how to optimize their content and even their advertising based on where someone is searching from and how they are searching, like what device.
Precisely. They share specific strategies for this, like creating location-based landing pages tailored to visitors from a specific city or neighborhood. Also, ensuring your mobile experience is absolutely flawless fast, easy to use. Using precise ad targeting by IP or geolocation if you're running campaigns. And strategically, including geographic keywords in your ad copy and meta tags. It's about being relevant to that specific context.
And the payoff for this level of personalization,
Yeah.
well, it's appearing at the exact moment and in the precise context someone needs your business, right?
Exactly. That builds incredible credibility and trust, and it significantly improves the likelihood of a conversion. You're meeting the need right then and there.
And again, we see ad experts' tweet of services seemingly designed to tackle these needs. Their web development, mentioning WordPress Shopify, is crucial for building those fast, mobile-friendly sites. Their Google Ads management and copywriting services seem key for implementing that geo-targeting and using relevant geographic keywords.
And their data-driven approach, using past data and competitor analysis, which the source mentions, would be essential for informing these personalized strategies. It all ties together.
All right, moving on to a more technical aspect that helps search engines truly understand your business. schema markup, and structured data.
Ah, schema, yes. This is essentially a way of speaking the search engine's language, giving bots extra standardized context about your business directly in the code of your website. It's like adding helpful labels.
Okay, helpful labels. And how does that help, specifically in practical terms?
It helps the bots interpret your content much more accurately. This improved understanding can lead to your business appearing in more prominent ways in search results, like those rich results or featured snippets, those enhanced listings you often see at the top, with maybe star ratings or event dates right there.
Right, the ones that stand out. And for local businesses, the source provides a clear list of what you should prioritize marking up. Name, address, phone number, and IP again. Hours of operation.
Customer reviews, any upcoming events you're hosting, and the specific services you provide.
So the clear benefit here is making your business stand out from just the standard blue links and significantly improving your search visibility by helping search engines feature you better.
Exactly. It gives you an edge.
And implementing schema markup is definitely a core component of technical SEO and web development, which, again, are services ad expert lists that they provide. Seems like a pattern here.
It does. Okay, let's revisit keywords for a moment, specifically long-tail keywords and local intent. The source emphasizes their continued and actually growing importance in 2025. These are those longer, more specific search phrases people use when they're closer to making a decision.
Right. They might have lower search volume than broad terms like dentist, but they have much higher intent, which is the key difference. The source provides great examples like best Italian restaurant in downtown Phoenix, or affordable AC repair near Gilbert AZ, or even kids dentist accepting new patients in Mesa. You see how specific they are.
Exactly. They signal exactly what the user wants. So the recommended strategy is to use tools the source mentions, Google Search Console or Ubersuggest, as examples to uncover the actual specific questions and phrases your target audience is using in your local area. Then create content that directly answers those queries, naturally incorporating those long-tail keywords and local geographic terms. Don't stuff them, use them naturally.
And the payoff here is incredibly valuable. You attract traffic that is much more likely to convert into customers because, well, they found you by searching for exactly what you offer right where they need it.
It's highly qualified traffic.
And this directly connects to Ad Expert's data-driven copywriting service, which, according to the source, focuses on incorporating relevant semantic keywords and identifying those high-search, often long-tail phrases.
Okay, 2 more trends to cover. Next up is authentic reviews and reputation management. The source states this remains a huge foundational trust factor for local businesses. It's not going away.
It's still crucial. The quantity, the quality, and how recent your reviews are all significantly influence both your local rankings and whether a customer actually chooses you.
For sure. They offer practical tips. Make it a habit to ask satisfied customers for feedback, maybe use review management tools to keep track and respond efficiently. And don't be shy about highlighting your positive reviews on your website and social media. Show them off.
And it's worth a strong reminder here. Positive reviews don't just boost your Google Business Profile score, right? They're often the final factor someone considers when choosing your business over a competitor after they found you in search results.
Absolutely. They are that social proof that drives conversions. Huge impact.
Okay, finally, the last trend covered is mobile-first optimization and page experience. The source is very clear. Your website's mobile usability and overall user experience on mobile are non-negotiable ranking factors, especially since, most local searches happen on smartphones these days.
The vast majority, yeah. So your website absolutely must load fast, ideally under 3 seconds, they suggest. It needs to be incredibly easy to navigate on a small screen with clear next steps. They list requirements like being truly mobile responsive, easy to read text, large tappable buttons, nothing fiddly and prominent calls to action like call now or get directions or book today. Make it easy for them.
And Google's Page Experience Update explicitly values these usability signals now. So optimizing for mobile isn't just about rankings anymore. It's about providing a smooth, frustration-free experience for the potential customer who found you on their phone. It's really a win-win.
Totally. Good experience, better rankings. And this is another area where ad expert services align directly. Their focus on web development and website SEO, as described, includes ensuring sites are mobile-friendly and have fast loading times, essential components of page experience.
Okay, so let's connect the dots and briefly touch on Ad Expert itself, the source of these insights, based on the About Us material provided.
Right. So they describe themselves as an LA-based online marketing and web development agency. They mention having over 10 years of experience, specifically serving clients in the local Los Angeles market.
And the source highlights a suite of capabilities designed to address exactly the trends we've just spent time discussing. They offer Google Ads, website SEO, local SEO specifically, social media, dot development, mentioning WordPress and Shopify, and copywriting. They emphasize a data-driven approach, incorporating AI where helpful, providing live tracking and reporting so clients can see results, which is important, and tailoring solutions to individual business needs.
Yeah, and they state their primary focus area is the Los Angeles region, mentioning specific neighborhoods like Woodland Hills and Calabasas. And the source introduces their team members, Sam Ishrafi and Asan Nabavadi, noting their expertise in marketing strategy, SEO, and analytics, which, underpins their approach to these trends.
So effectively, these are the folks who not only analyzed and wrote about the crucial local SEO trends we need to watch in 2025, but whose services, as they describe them, are built precisely to help local businesses implement the very strategies needed to navigate and succeed in this evolving search landscape.
Exactly. It makes sense. They're providing the roadmap and potentially the tools or the help to follow it.
So pulling back to the core message from the source's final thoughts,
Right.
what's the big takeaway?
Well, staying ahead in 2025, local SEO really comes down to preparing now for search engines that are smarter than ever, users who are more engaged and searching differently, especially with voice, and a landscape defined by personalized experiences. Their key takeaway seems to be that combining a smart, data-informed strategy with consistent, localized content and a real focus on building trust is essential for long-term success and truly standing out locally.
And for you, the listener, this deep dive is meant to be that map for 2025. It's about recognizing that your online presence isn't static. It can't be. You need to actively adapt your Google business profile, your website content, your technical setup, and how you build trust online to meet users exactly where they are and how they're searching now and, well, into the future.
And thinking about that future, especially the increasing reliance on personalization through location and device data and the source's emphasis on blending AI with human insight to build trust, it does raise a fascinating question, doesn't it? How will local businesses truly navigate the potential tension between highly targeted, data-driven personalization, which, let's face it, relies on collecting user data, and the simultaneous need to maintain that authentic human connection? The kind that builds genuine, lasting trust with local customers. How do you balance that tech-driven targeting with real human trust in the years ahead?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Something to think about as you consider the future of local search for your own business or for your clients. How do you get personal without feeling impersonal? Definitely food for thought.